Dar'shun, State Representative for House District 93, which is East DeKalb and South Gwinnett. And I have the pleasure of speaking with the chairman of the DeKalb House Delegation, Representative Howard Mosby. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great.
Can you tell us a little bit about your district?
I can. It's right down the wall there. But it runs from Druid Hills down to Ellenwood
Okay, great.
in a little narrow strip.
Well, Howard has been gracious enough to speak with us for a few minutes about some particular DeKalb County issues, and I'll go ahead and get started. So the first question that I have is, how is it that the DeKalb delegation, as well as yourself, how are we going to navigate the competing interests as far as incorporation of the county?
Well, this requires a little bit of education. Here I am getting tongue-tied. I was going to talk to you about it. But as you know, the delegation will not handle the incorporation issues. The General Assembly is taking that out of the hands of the local delegation. So we will be on the sidelines, if you will, watching this whole thing come out. It'll be interesting to know, though, who would pick up the legislation to actually introduce these two city bills. And we right now don't know who that would be.
Okay, that's fair enough. And I think a lot of people don't quite know how the process works down here. A lot of people think it's still under local legislation, but there obviously is a difference.
On my YouTube channel, I actually tell people how this process works.
We'll tell them how to find you on their YouTube channel.
I'm on YouTube, Representative Mosby, that is M-O-S-B-Y.
Thank you. All right, the second question. And I know you were on the commission or committee or whatever they called it that actually took a vote on the maps. In your opinion, were the map lines drawn fairly, or
No.
do you think? Well, that was easy to answer.
No.
And can you give us some insight into sort of the discussions that took place, as much as you can, inside of the committee, and sort of what your general thoughts are about the openness of the discussion?
Well, now, the chairperson of the committee made the comment that he used the number of emails that he received and where they originated from as a way to draw the boundaries for that city. So if that in fact is true, then your activism, your ability to be able to send us emails to the governor, to the lieutenant governor, what have you, actually could have some impact. Now, that is completely non-scientific to draw boundaries for a city. So I think that probably is problematic, or unless you did the assignment yourself, you don't know whether or not the boundaries that he drew actually represented the people that he said he got emails from to say that they wanted to be in the city versus those who did not want to be. So you almost had to take his word for it or do the work yourself
right.
to find that out.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a little problematic. And to draw boundaries based on whether or not somebody sent you an email is also problematic. As policymakers, the issues that are abound are a little bit more complex than just whether or not somebody believes that the best idea for me is to be here or there, but what's best for the entire citizenry? The population, what should we be making law around? So.
Well, that's interesting, and that's good information for everyone to consider. And then the next to last question is, do the proponents of cityhood, the people that support all these cityhood movements, based on a number of issues ranging from DeKalb County is sort of inefficient in providing their needs, all the way to if North DeKalb can do it, so can South DeKalb. Given the range of reasons that people are giving for incorporating, do they at least have a point in wanting to incorporate?
You can create a city for a number of different reasons. The 17 reasons why they list in the statute for why you need to create a city, not one of them says governance of the county is the reason why you want to create a city. The other one is, the other thing that's not stated in there is that we don't like the school system, so we want to go into another one. I do believe, though, that people do have the right to voice their opinion about what's happening in their own local government, and if they are dissatisfied with that and how they address it. Cutting and running at first blush to me seems a little bit knee-jerkish. I think that there should be some collaboration amongst the citizens in the county to talk about what do we need to do to move this county forward so that that we all participate and feel that we are getting the best out of our local government. If we can't get to some point where we agree, then we talk about how we respectfully disagree, and that may mean we create our own area where we govern ourselves. None of those conversations actually have happened. Dunwoody broke off without any, any talk with us. Brookhaven, the same way, as you know, you were here when that happened. So, and La Vista Hills and Tucker right now are responding to the threat that there could be a city created and they could be left out. So, and South DeKalb is the same way. South DeKalb is also responding to, if this happens, what happens to us? So maybe we need to do something.
Right, and so is the city of Stonecrest.
And so, so we need to actually have a holistic conversation as a county and not people siloing off. I don't ever think silos are the best answer for solutions.
Well, thank you to the chair of the delegation, Representative Howard Mosby. As to wrap up, is there anything else you would like to tell the people that are viewing this video about how to get involved in the DeKalb delegation, or maybe how to contact you?
Yeah, call Dar'shun. She is the secretary of the delegation, and she has all of the information necessary.
Well, you can always go to my website, www.kendrick4, Georgia spelled out.com, and download the schedule of the DeKalb House delegation meetings that we have on Mondays at 12 o'clock or upon adjournment, as well as some other good information on there. So we welcome you to come to the weekly DeKalb House delegation meetings. It's always interesting guests and things that we talk about, and you can get a first-hand view of the things that your delegation is doing. But again, I'd like to thank Representative Howard Mosby for joining me for this short interview, and thank you.